Where did those fucking jokes go? Shit. I had some really bad Canadian jokes, but I can't find them now. Like, really bad.
Perfect.
Like, what do you call the 2 seasons in Canada?
What?
Winter and July?
Yeah. That's a classic.
I love that kind of shit. How do you make a Canadian apologize to you? Step on his foot?
There's like a billion answers for that.
Yeah. Alright, so we just get right into it?
Yeah, let's just jump into this shit.
Happy Tuesday. It is September 24th, 2019, and I'm Eric. Talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where fuck Apple.
Yeah. Best intro ever.
There you go. I thought you might like that one.
No, I didn't like it. I fucking loved it.
And I'm standing by it. Fuck Apple. Who gives a shit? How you doing tonight, Gord?
I'm happier than the pig and shit now.
That's good. We had a nice, good long break. I think we both needed a break, but I'm glad we're back at her.
Got that right. Needed it, but I'm happy to be back too.
And I went online this morning and asked if any of our friends wanted me to say something about them, and so many responded. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm right away just going to say, once you're done listening to me, Gord, you should check out Act Natural. It's hosted by Cassidy Ellenberger. It's a D&D podcast following 2 sister campaigns taking place in the same homebrew world. Players from around the world come together to form the cast. Act Natural, everywhere you listen to me and Gord. Going to be doing that throughout the next few shows, just trying to bring the community together a little bit, everybody.
I fucking love this idea.
Yeah, everybody seems to. It's great. It's been a lot of fun today, just talking to people. And you know, Lord knows we need some fun right now.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
How's Milton? I didn't realize Lisa Raitt is your MP.
Yes, she is.
That is crazy. I didn't realize that. She's a good lady. I like her actually.
Yeah, she's pretty well liked out here. There's no denying.
Yeah, absolutely. She seems good. I don't know. She's an old Harper.
I don't follow any of the fucking local people at all.
She's an old Harperian. I don't know what you call her. She's from the Harper days though. She's good. She's good stuff in my opinion.
Oh, well, there you go.
And yeah. What else did I want to say off the top?
No, the only local politician that I ever knew was, or is, I should say, or formerly was, I guess, he's not running now, his name is Colin Best. He's actually technically a relative of mine.
Oh, wow.
He's, my grandfather remarried when I was a baby. It was my grandfather's new wife, what would be my grandmother, her son.
Ah.
I have no idea what that makes him to me, but there he is.
Money in the bank.
Never utilized it. For the record, though, never utilized that having that option. I never thought of any reason where I could use it for something.
Yeah, I thought of everyone. Unfortunately, my dad exhausted all those possibilities years before I got to them. Not a good. So actually, people just showed up at his funeral to collect from me.
Oh,
it was pretty rough go.
That sucks.
But you know, you're my family now, so.
Yes, I am. I'll do my best to keep you homeless.
And it's not going to be a problem. we'll see. Well, I got some people out there I can live with if things dry up over here. Um, Speaking of I'll get us kicked right off with something that's going on in your area because I don't know how I feel about it, but I know I didn't like the idea when they tried it in BC. Starting 2 days from today, the speed limit on Ontario highways is being raised to
Yes, it
110
is.
kilometers an hour. That kicks in Thursday.
Yep.
That's for American listeners. That's about 68 miles an hour. It's going up to. Um, I don't know what are you where are you on this? I don't like it. I don't see that it's necessary, but
Well, that's because you've never driven the highways out here. It's funny. It's necessary but pointless. The reason I say it's pointless is simply because the highways are so jam packed with so many fucking cars. You can make the speed limit fucking 8 million miles an hour, and it just won't matter because you can't go past 25 anyway.
I see. See, we had the opposite here where everyone was doing it anyway. So putting it up, all it really did was reduce the amount of fines people were getting.
Which is pretty much the same here. Like speed limits, and this is the thing I noticed in BC. Like when I was out on the highway, like I got a heavy foot. There's no getting around. I like to drive. You post the speed limit at 150. Well, it's very true. There's no denying that. I have nothing smart enough to say about that. It's just very true. But in BC, like I just actually noticed, like you guys out in BC, you guys think you drive fast out there. People don't pay attention to the speed limit. You have no idea. People out there, it's just like you're on the highway and everybody's like legit. Everybody's actually doing the speed limit.
Yeah.
Or within like 5 kilometers, and it's usually under. Then doing it rang on. In Ontario, the speed limit is nothing but a suggested minimum.
Yeah.
Like if the speed limit is 70, and if you're doing 70, people are riding your ass. You got to be doing at least 80, 85.
Wow.
So everything about Ontario is just a matter of getting to the next place as fast as possible because nobody wants to be anywhere out here.
Are people in Ontario as cell phone obsessed as they are here? Is distracted driving as bad there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I see it fucking daily.
Right.
It's insane. It really, really is. I think a lot of people out here are a little bit better with it. They don't actually they don't actually have the phone like in their hand. But you see it constantly. Everybody's constantly on their phone for every reason. As soon as somebody hits a stoplight, the second they hit a stoplight, boom, they're on their phone instantaneously.
Holy cow!
Like it's just that. Like I see people roll up to a stop sign, like literally they're rolling up. The light's been red, and they just roll up, and you only got like about 10, I'm gonna say 6 seconds before the light changes, and they're already on their fucking phone. Like what the fuck is so important? You got to be on your phone that quickly for? Flip it open. Yeah, okay, light screen, go.
I don't understand that. There's an app you can get where your phone won't work in a car.
Yep.
I think that should be mandatory.
I fully agree.
I don't understand it, and I think it's really counterintuitive to be raising speed limits while we have this problem. It just seems, like an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, and I can't wait till it starts. I really can. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I specifically just want to fucking drive into people just because. Well, the guy wasn't paying attention. What am I supposed to do?
I wonder if you can get away with that. I haven't heard of that yet.
That's because we're Canadians. They're too nice for that.
If you'd be 50-50. I don't know. Well, we've got ICBC, so you don't fuck around with things like that out here.
Yeah, no, that's true. The one thing we have is the advantage, I guess.
They're fucked up. They got ICBC. I don't get it, man. They can tell which direction the car was going, how fast it was going. Like they pick a little paint off your bumper, and they know. They're like Mulder and Scully, man.
Yeah, no, you're not lying.
They know their
I've
shit.
heard all types of fucked up shit when it comes to how they're able to figure out anything and everything out there. But
it's really impressive.
No.
And I don't drive, so I don't pay insurance, so I don't give a crap.
Out here, nobody cares.
They impress the hell out of me. But so you're of the mind that this is not really good or bad. It's really just it's a non-starter.
Like I said, me being a fast driver, I think it's great. I'd love to see. There's nothing more annoying to me than when I'm driving down a fucking back road when the speed limit's 80 and I'm doing a good 90, 95 and it's cruising. Then all of a sudden, just because there's a slight fucking bend in the road, and I do mean slight. It is no hairpin turn. It's a slight bend, and the speed limit drops down to fucking 50.
Yeah.
It's just pointless. Let me do my fucking speed. I'll be fine.
True.
You know.
I would argue oftentimes paying attention to the speed is kind of detrimental. Really, it's distracting you from your driving.
Yeah, I would love to argue that in court someday, but I just don't think it would work.
No, I'm not. I'm the exact opposite. I'm Mr. 55 is how I drive. 55
Yeah,
to
no,
stay
no,
alive. Like,
no,
I'm
fuck
more
that.
than happy. Like driving across Saskatchewan, 6 a.m. listening to CBC radio. I was happy doing like 70. Really, I don't care to go fast. It's not. I don't feel the need for speed.
Oh, I definitely have the need for it. There's no getting around it.
Craziness.
I slowed down. I'll actually got to give my girlfriend fucking credit for this one. I have slowed down, tremendously considering. Well, let's put it this way. I've been in Ontario now for about like a year and a half, I guess, and I have already amassed enough. I've lost enough points on my license to get a fucking warning letter. You lose 2 more points, you're gonna be doing a court appearance. So, yeah, it didn't take very long.
That's insane. Well, be careful.
Yeah.
We're gonna need that speed for our road trip though, because I don't know where we're going, but it's gonna be far.
Well, I can get us there quick.
And I want you guys to write in and tell us where to go. I'll have more on this later, but I really need to get some emails from you guys. Anybody in the world, just send me an email, Eric@Eric&Gord.com, or send Gord an email, Gord@Eric&Gord.com. Just let me know that you're listening and put in the subject line, fuck Apple. That'd be great.
Yeah, I would thoroughly enjoy it.
I'll send you an official fuck Eric&Gord t-shirt. For just sending in an email. That's all you got to do. And just say hi, whatever. Say whatever you want. I just need to know that it's possible for you guys to email me.
Yeah, because I'm starting to wonder if people even know what the fucking email is anymore, because nobody seems to know how to use it to fucking message us.
Hey, if not, if that's the problem, if email's the problem, no problem. Reach out to us over Facebook. We're Eric&Gord. I think they do it the same as Twitter now. You can put in the @ You just put @Eric&Gord and we'll pop up. Or you can get us on Twitter. It's #Eric_Gord. Get us on Instagram, Eric&Gord. Get us if email's the problem, get us any other way you want. Fucking call my phone 604-655-9630. I don't care. Just reach out and tell me you're listening. For the love of God, I need someone. Other than the 3 people that I know are gonna email tonight because of this. I need someone other than those 3.
Although we will still take those 3 people who want a message.
Actually, haven't heard from them in a while. I'd love to, but yeah, someone else. Please get through. Someone from Ontario, someone from Virginia, California would be great if I got a letter from California. Just anything. Maybe one of my fellow podcasters can send me an email for giving them a shout out on our show. Who am I jumping to here? Oh yeah, I want to talk about Junior Santiago. This is a cool title. He's got a podcast called The Brodega. I like that.
Nice.
And I don't know about this, man. It's a couple of guys that just talk about random stuff. It's mostly comedy and entertainment with a lot of explicit content. I don't know if that's kind of format would fly on a podcast. I don't like the sounds of it.
No, I don't. I hate shit where people fucking swear. That shit's annoying.
It's just 2 guys talking about whatever they want and swearing. That doesn't sound like a good show.
No,
but anyway,
terrible.
check
They
out
should
the
not
Brodega.
do that at all.
That's Junior Santiago's the host of that. That's called the Brodega. Everywhere you listen to Eric&Gord, sounds like crap. It doesn't. You guys are awesome. It's probably great. I'll never listen to it.
No.
Whew. I gotta slow her down here. I'm all hyped up. It's been so long since we've done this.
I was gonna say you're like wired for fucking speed.
I really am. I've been jonesing for this. I like this one too. I'll say real quick. Jared Flanagan has a podcast called TWS. What is TWS? You have to listen to understand. So there you go. Do that.
The wicked shit. That's what it is.
That's the wicked shit. Well, if it wasn't before, it is now.
That's right.
Thank you guys all for sending in your links. I checked out some of these shows today, and they were listened to by me. Um,
And they were listened to by me. If there's ever been any way to promote something, that's the way to do it right there.
that is the way. Feel free to thank me for all this promotion by sending me an email, Eric@gord.com. These podcaster guys are great. This has been a lot of fun. What do we want to move on to here? Fuck Apple. Have I covered that yet?
I think we have. I will cover that every 15 minutes if you like.
You know what? I've been kind of backing off from it for the last year, over a year now, actually, and I've realized fuck Apple. I don't care. I got this like thing from a producer guy. He's like, "Hey, I'll make you the biggest podcast ever. I'll make you big on Apple and Apple, and blah 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 Apple." And it's like, you know what? Fuck Apple. They haven't played me for over a year now. They don't give a fuck about me, and why should I care about them? They're on the way out. Spotify's gonna take over. Everybody listen to Spotify. Tell Apple to go fucking pound salt.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Fuck Apple and their fucking little Apple asses.
The 10% of you wonderful, wonderful people that listen to us on Apple, I think you're great, and you'd probably enjoy listening to us on something else more.
Well, they have to, because they haven't put anything fucking new in forever with us. So none of our listeners are listening to it on like any of the new episodes on there. So all they're listening to is me complain about fucking corn and who knows what else.
iTunes is crap anyway.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die now.
Fuck them. Oh fuck, they haven't done shit to me yet. So the fuck, I've been very vocal against them.
Hey, you know what's something, because we haven't talked about in a while, and I almost thought we wouldn't have to again, but just today, my good buddy, The Pipeline, back making headlines.
Back in the news.
It's been a while since I've had to talk about The Pipeline. You know, it's funny, I think it was about April 2 years ago, I thought I would never talk about The Pipeline again. And here we are, 2 years later. Federal court suspended Alberta's turn off the tap legislation. I don't know if you know what that is, Gord, if you've been following it.
I do not have a clue.
Okay, well, what Alberta did in response to the pipeline not being built, Alberta passed a bill giving them the right to quit selling gasoline to British Columbia. If we're not going to let them pump their oil, they're not going to give us gas. So gas prices went through the roof. People lost their fucking minds, thinking we weren't going to get gasoline ever again. It was a really fucking ballsy Jason Kenney thing to do, and the federal courts have now said he can't do that. They say the harm to British Columbia far outweighs the loss to Alberta of not having this pipeline.
I don't know about that.
Now, Kenney has a valid argument in that it's not up to the BC government whether that pipeline gets built or not, and John Horgan has to get the fuck out of the way. It's a federal pipeline. It's federal jurisdiction. BC doesn't have a say in what happens to it. So this is posturing of it's a pissing contest between the two provinces, and unfortunately, John Horgan is not, I think, going to win. Well, not unfortunately for me. I want the goddamn pipeline to start flowing, but now we're a step closer anyway, because they're going to look into, the federal government now has to decide whether it's legal for Alberta to do that or not. And if it is, then we could see British Columbia just run out of gasoline until they get that pipeline going. Which I think honestly it's kind of a shit or get off the pot situation. So I'm kind of siding with Alberta on this one.
Yeah, fuck them. That's what I say.
But we'll see what happens we'll see what the court decides. I think they're going to decide it's that Alberta can't do that, because the courts love to throw Alberta under the bus. I don't know why they've been on their hands and knees in front of Quebec for 200 years, but they won't throw Alberta a bone.
I think it's because they know that that Alberta can completely self-sufficiently run if need be, and if given the chance, and they don't want them to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So therefore, they're just be like, no, fuck you guys. everything we can to say no to you guys. We're going to do it.
And I don't want them to. I don't understand the resistance here. People have to look at the big picture and look at historically when Alberta does well, Canada does well. It's that simple. When the oil patch is booming, we're all booming. I don't know why people can't get their heads out of their asses and figure it out. We're an oil dependent nation, and we have one of the largest caches of oil right there, right under their province, and we just turn our backs on it. We're the most ridiculous fucking country sometimes. I swear to God.
Yep, you are not lying.
Largest in the world under Canada. The largest oil. Well, I guess you call it. I don't know what you call it, Biggie. Deposit.
Oil reserve deposit. Oil deposit.
Reserve. Largest one in the world. We're sitting on doing nothing.
And now I do know that I caught a little bit of something about this on the old CBS this morning, and there is something I want to talk about. I'll get to it in a second.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. They were talking about like how the biggest investors in the petroleum industry, are banks.
Well, of course.
The three of the largest supporters of it are Canadian banks, ironically, in the world. Which I thought was very fascinating. But one bank has turned around and said no to all of it. RBC has said no. We are pulling all investments, and we're not doing any investing whatsoever in anything that has to do with oil.
Really?
Yep. So RBC has stood up and said, "Fuck you, oil."
Huh.
There you go.
Interesting. They must have something to replace that revenue with.
I would have to assume so. They probably just fucking invested in weed.
Yeah, that could be.
That would make most sense. But yeah.
Take it out of oil and put it in hash oil.
There you go. See, it's all about finding the right thing.
It really is. And weed, this could be a whole new ballgame for weed, depending on the new government we have in a month from now. The whole investment community is going to be shaken up.
Yep.
Renegotiating things that they thought they were going to have in place this year that didn't pan out because of the stupidity.
Yep.
There's going to be some good opportunities for somebody if the new government handles it properly.
Which we all know they won't.
It could be a complete fucking disaster.
They're all going to fuck it up. We already know they're going to fuck it up. That's what they do best. They fuck everything up.
Well, I don't know. I think we got to focus. I think really this bullshit, the blackface and the name calling and the fucking schoolyard. I know you're, but what am I? We got to get over it. Like, look at the things that are being forgotten. And it's not just Canada. I mean, look at south of the border now. That fucking Epstein was 3 weeks ago, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, when was the last you heard anything like I mentioned about that?
Right? Just totally gone. Just totally swept under the rug with stupidity. And we latch onto it and we focus, and the goddamn media focuses on the stupidity and lets things like the Epstein go. The Lavalin. SNC Lavalin. When was the last time you even heard the word Lavalin?
Yeah. Oh, it's true.
Blackface. What about the fucking ethics commission? 2 separate ethics commissioners have found this guy in breach of conflict of interest laws. No one's bringing it up. I swear to God, he probably brought out the blackface pictures himself. It's the best thing he could have done for himself.
Yeah, I agree.
Smart thing he could have done. That, and they don't focus on the fact that he's a goddamn criminal.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. Guys, get over it. Focus. Eyes on the prize, people.
No. That doesn't exist anymore, Eric. One of these days you're going to understand that.
And I do it too. I play it up. I made a big deal out of the story. I even did a Eric&Gord tribute to the story yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I thought, how offensive is it if Gord wears blueface? Let's see what people say about that.
And it looked like nobody seemed to give a shit.
Nobody even mentioned it, actually. Didn't even get like a like.
No.
I thought it was fun. Fuck you guys. geez, see.
Now, I was listening to the old talk radio this morning.
You were.
And I was. And they were talking about, I'm not sure what the fuck they're talking about. They were talking about Trump looking at being impeached for having a conversation with the Ukrainian president.
It has been determined that his actions are impeachable.
Yes, and Nancy Pelosi, whatever her name is, has actually said that she's officially made the statement that they are going to go through with starting the impeachment process.
That's all well and good. They tried that on Clinton too.
Yep. Now here's the thing. While they were talking about, because at the moment when they were talking about this one, nothing had been made solid. No true evidence in a sense was actually brought directly forward.
Right.
The transcripts hadn't been released. Nothing had been released yet. Okay?
Yes.
Now here's where this thing gets fucked up. So they're talking about this, and there was a conservative and a Democrat that were talking about, or was a Republican and a Democrat that were talking, one on either side. And as the just because I'm Canadian, fuck, it's gonna be liberal conservative. As the liberal one was talking about how Trump should be impeached for this and yada 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 yada. On the other side, the other person says because the liberal side of it turned around and said something about Biden, about how he's such a great guy and everything else. And the conservative, I think it was two women, had turned around and said yeah, well, fucking what about what the ties Biden has with this investigation that's sort of going on into them, saying that he took a form of a bribe, paid out $1 million, and the host of the show, and this kind of set me off a bit, because the host of the show actually said, well, hang on, we can't discuss that because it's just an allegation, nothing's ever been brought forth yet.
Right.
Your entire fucking news story is about an allegation.
Yeah.
There's no proof on your side either, you fucking bitch. So she shut down anything bad that had to be said about anything on the liberal side of it, shut it down immediately, wouldn't let the chick get a word in edgewise, but allowed the other side to tear apart Trump as much as you wanted.
Well, that's how it goes, yeah. And
it was really frustrating to listen to it.
It always is, and that's when you realize how ridiculous the media is when it comes to these things. Like, do you remember when Trudeau, when he first took office, his shit smelled like pretty flowers. It came out in all wonderful colors. He could do no wrong in the media's eyes.
That's
and then they just slowly started to turn. And now it doesn't matter what the guy does. He can't catch a break.
Yep.
And the country sways, both of our countries sways so heavily upon what the media says that, it can make or break a guy. Just one reporter can make or break a career. I mean, that's what happens usually.
Absolutely.
That's what tanked Chrétien. That's what tanked Paul Martin. That's what ultimately what got Harper.
Same with Bob Ray. That's actually what got him too.
Exactly. Yeah. We need to stop allowing the media to control our elections. We really do. Just start thinking for yourselves. Think like me and Gord, or vote for me and Gord. Although, speaking of which, I heard that the Rhinoceros Party is back.
Really?
Yes. I heard that the Rhinoceros Party is a contender this year, and they have a guy running named Maxime Bernier, which is a tactic they used in Quebec in the 70s, where they had a candidate with the same name too when he's on the ballot, and it would confuse voters.
Really?
Yes. So I'll have to follow that, because if the Rhinos are back, then if you're not going to vote Eric&Gord, definitely vote Rhinoceros Party. They are brilliant. Their platforms are always just amazing. Are
you being funny or are you being truthful?
No, I swear to God, I read an article today that they're back, and the Rhino Party's back, and they are they're running a. Sorry, I'm just kind of telling my roommates at the same time I'm telling the audience. They're running in this election, and they have a candidate named Maxime Bernier. So they're running against Maxime Bernier in the the CPP party, PCP party.
PCP
I
party.
think that's what they are. They're the PCP.
Love that drug.
Um,
Can't touch it.
but yeah, great to have the Rhinos back. For those of you not familiar, the Rhinos are they're just a political powerhouse in this country. Some of their greatest campaign promises were to knock down the Rocky Mountains so that the warm weather spread across the rest of the country. Um, Another promise of theirs was that they were going to put West Edmonton Mall on wheels so that it could tour the country.
Oh my god, I remember this. Oh my god,
Excuse
I
me.
forgot.
Yeah, that was a great one. I was excited about that. I was a little kid. I didn't know they were fake. They said they were going to put West Edmonton Mall on wheels, and I always wanted to go to West Edmonton Mall, so I was super stoked for that one. Until I was like 12, and I figured out they were not real. But just a great way to protest. I think it just kind of if you and I could devote the time to it, I think we could be just as effective. But unfortunately,
Uh,
if we can't, they can pick up where we leave off, and
well,
maybe do a little
we
better.
certainly can't do any fucking worse. That's for sure.
But yeah. Where was my point? Stop letting the media control these elections. Seriously, think for yourself. Go out to the actual. If there's a town hall in your area, or if a candidate is appearing in your area, go listen in person and see if what you're getting is what you get on the news that evening. I guarantee it's not. Um, it's really crazy how the simplest, most innocuous little news stories can be manipulated into sounding like something. And they're doing that more than ever. They're doing that double speak, and the reporters are doing those things that I like make fun of, where it's
Yeah,
like, we don't know Andrew Scheer eats babies, but he's never said he doesn't.
yeah.
And so, well, that's true. Come to think of it, I've never heard him say that. He must eat babies. I can't vote for a baby eater. And we run with it. And people are so just Canadian about it that we all buy it. Oh, if fucking Tamara Taggart said it, it's got to be true. Do you have your equivalent of her there? Is there the Toronto Tamara Taggart? Just the
I don't even know who she is.
she's just BC's sweetheart. She's the CTV news girl. She was the weather girl for years. Now she's their anchor. She's born and raised in Burnaby, and just we can't get enough of her. Little blonde chick. Everybody just loves her. She's Vancouver's sweetheart, and she annoys the shit out of me. She's pregnant every 6 months. I don't know how she does that.
I have no idea, to be honest. Like I said, I've never followed, I'll follow the federal elections, but when it comes to the local ones, I just never cared at all.
Every woman on the news, the first thing they get the big job, whatever it is, they get the big job, they're at the big desk, all of a sudden there's a rock the size of my fist on their finger, and then they're pregnant for the next 4 years. Without fail. Every single one. Stop doing that. Like, we all watch the news because you're attractive. Quit getting pregnant 6 months after we start watching you. It's very frustrating.
I'm betting you the main reason for that, I bet, is because of male suppression.
Gee, you think?
Guys sees her getting all popular and famous and getting all the fucking attention. Bam! Knock that put a ring on that finger and knock that bitch up. That's it.
Oh, what? She's independently wealthy. Here's a ring.
Yeah, here's a ring.
And
take that from you. Next thing you know, it's been 15 years and she can't get a job because she hasn't done nothing for the last fucking.
They're all nailing Gaelish. You know it. Every one of them is nailing Gaelish in the parking lot. Guaranteed. Fuck you, Gaelish.
I heard that's what happened to Eric M. from Much Music.
Yeah, I heard. Now, see, Eric M. has a special place in my heart, and I don't want to believe that any bad things about her are true, but I heard she's a super whore.
Yeah, she fucked a lot. There's an interview with, who the fuck was it? Oh my god, because I remember watching it. I think it was Motley Crue, where they actually said something about it on the air when she was interviewing them.
Really?
I think it was Tommy Lee that asked her flat out if he was going to take another round at her after the interview, or something like that. It was epic.
I heard Monica.
She got like all types of embarrassed.
You remember Monica Deal from Electric Circus?
Yep.
I heard same thing.
Yeah, I don't
She
know.
was what made the circus electric. Disappointed. I had a huge crush on Erica M. Still do. Um,
Yeah.
she's kind of she's like the Canadian Gwyneth Paltrow now. She's got like a website full of crazy parenting shit, and she's all like the like Gwyneth Paltrow with her stupid magazine and shit.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That's what Erica
I
M
remember when
does now.
I remember when Gwyneth Paltrow came out with her cookbook and how fucking ridiculous it was.
Oh yeah, like $1,200
People started
cereal
looking
for
at
your baby and shit.
$1,200. Every meal was like a minimum of $1,000 per meal.
Must be nice. And yet Gwyneth Paltrow's 7 pounds. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck does she get off putting out a cookbook? She hasn't eaten in 25 years.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing that's one of the things that really bugged me about it. It's like, come on,
Well, I
bitch
played a
hasn't eaten
fat
a
girl
thing.
once, so I get it.
Ate a cookie when I was 4 once. Here's a recipe for making cookies. You
Didn't
fucking
you see
slut.
me in Shallow Hal? I was like huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
You're fucked.
Like, God damn, she makes me mad. I'm sorry we brought that up. Fuck you, Apple. Oh, that's her kid, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't mean that. That's a weird tie-in right there.
That's a fucking funny one. That's what that is.
I didn't mean that. I don't mean anything bad about Gwyneth Paltrow's kid. It's doomed. It's Chris Martin for a dad. What the hell?
Yeah, there's no hope.
Talk about fucking gender identity issues when that kid grows up. Gwyneth Paltrow is your mom and Chris Martin's your dad. My God, what the hell kind of a Casper the Clueless Ghost?
Oh. I mean, the only thing the kid has to go for is the fact that at least it could be raised into money. That's it.
Yeah, he's
other than that, it's got nothing.
well, he's got enough money to buy whatever he wants, so he can buy friends and happiness and sanity. It worked for Michael Jackson, didn't it?
Yes, it certainly did. Michael Jackson got him a lot of children.
I want someone to tell me what's going on with Erica M. So if anybody knows, send me an email, eric@ericandgord.com, Gord at ericandgord.com. Tell us, keep us updated on Erica M and Monica Deal too. She just disappeared.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to her?
Yeah, she's working at a Bed Bath somewhere, I'm sure.
I don't sell
her. Who could tell me about that? Someone
Google.
here. I've got a TV one. I know I do.
If I had the internet in front of me, I would already have your answer. But
you know who can tell me about that? Craig McKenzie can tell me about that on his Kneel Before Pod, the one-stop shop for nerdy, in-depth TV and movie discussion. Craig, drop me a line. Tell me what the hell's going on with Monica Deal and if she's single, because I probably have a shot now.
Kneel Before As I saw the name of that podcast, I'm like, well done.
Kneel Before Pod. You know what? There's some great podcast titles out there. I don't have one in front of me, obviously. There's a guy named Eric with the Generic Podcast. Came up with that a year and a half ago, Eric, but yours sounds cool. I listened to it today, and I actually enjoyed it.
So I guess that means you can't use it anymore then, right?
No, I guess he's totally sniped that from Eric&Gord without giving us any credit, even though, we came up with it. I believe it was February of 2018, but whatever.
That's all right.
Okay.
If he ends up becoming famous because of it, we'll just knock him down a peg or two.
Mr. Generic, I got my eye on you now.
Arrogance and stat.
Isn't it interesting that just a year and a half later, out of nowhere, you come up with the same pun that probably every guy named Eric's ever come up with in his life? I don't like you. It's not true. I like you. I liked your show. I listened to it today. It was great. Craig McKenzie, I listened to a little bit of Kneel Before Pod. That was a good one too, my friend. Everybody, I'm doing this for a reason. Go listen to these guys' podcasts whenever you're not listening to Eric&Gord. Everyone puts blood, sweat, and tears into these things. We don't ever make any money. It all goes directly to Joe Rogan. So everyone does this because they love it. So show them some love back. Give them reviews. These other guys all request that you give them a friendly review on Apple, iTunes. The iTunes reviews go a long, long way for people. And fuck Apple. Give us a review on whatever the hell you want. Go to Spotify and review us. Or Castbox. I like Castbox a lot. Do it there. Stitcher, Podchaser, Chartable. There's so many places you can review us. Fuck Apple. I don't even want a star out of their greedy asses.
No, that would almost. You know what? It would bother me as much as the French bothers me if we become like big on Apple. That just pissed me off.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to. I'm gonna consider a 5-star rating on Apple a bad thing, even though that's what we have right now, because we've only ever gotten 2 really good reviews on Apple. So we have a 5-star rating, so that's cool. But
that's cool.
Fuck you, Apple. You haven't played us in a year. Where the hell's the rating coming from? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Over a year. September 11th is the last episode. September 11th of 2018.
Oh, 2018. God damn, eh?
And they won't tell me why.
Of course not, because Apple doesn't care.
No, they don't. They're on the way out anyway. iTunes is done this year, so fuck that.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I do? I did Pipeline. Pipeline was good.
Pipeline was good. Fuck Apple, we covered that one.
Fuck Apple, we covered. Did I mention fuck Apple? Okay, good.
I think you did, yeah.
That's good stuff. Diabetes. I gotta get him back.
Yeah, you do. I miss her diabetes.
Okay, what am I on? I got a few more podcasts.
There's something I never thought I'd ever say. I miss my diabetes.
Diabetes. I miss my diabetes. You know who doesn't say that? Anyone with diabetes.
That's right.
That's it.
Funny.
Where are we? Oh, hey, you know what's something going to be fun to listen to? On September 30th, I will be appearing on the Is It Philosophy podcast with Matthew Plotner. This is one that I've attempted to be on twice before. And one time I had technical issues and it couldn't happen. And the next time there was a massive storm in New York and his power went out just as we started. So we're going to take a third crack at it. So that's September 30th. That's when we're recording. I don't know when it'll air. Probably October 1st, whatever. But Is It Philosophy? Featuring me being not funny, which is going to be difficult. But we're discussing the golden rule and whether the golden rule is flawed. It's
What do you mean the golden rule?
You know the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
If that's flawed?
Yeah, is it? Well, it is fundamentally flawed to begin with, because what if they don't want to be treated the way you do? You know, it's very self-serving as a rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, what if you're a fucking masochist? That's not good. Some people don't like masochism.
Yeah, but masochists themselves, yeah, you got me on that one.
Yeah, right. So this will be a fun podcast then. You know, obviously,
I can argue it. I just don't feel like it.
Plus it predates the Christian. That's the Christian interpretation of it. The Hebrew interpretation is anything you find despicable, don't do that to people. But what that again, it presupposes that your opinion is correct.
Yeah, because what some people see as despicable, others don't.
Right. So it's it's gonna be fun. I don't want to talk it all out tonight, and then I'll have nothing to say. But there we go. Listen in on that one. It's a really neat podcast. This is what he does. He just talks to ordinary guys about philosophical topics. Now, I have a degree in philosophy, so I kind of get to win. But
and I don't. I think me taking a philosophy thing, I think that'd be one of the worst things for humanity if I took a philosophy course.
Well, I think what's happened here is my good friend Matt listened to my podcast. He's never asked me if I have a degree in philosophy. And I didn't maybe mention that to him when he asked me to be on his show, all about philosophy. So I think what's happened is he's listened to our show and he thought, yeah, well, this guy's a jackass. This will be hilarious.
Not realizing that, you're just keeping things dumbed down so I can keep following.
Which my hat goes off to you, Mr. Plotner. That's a great tactic, and I would employ it myself on my show. But I got you. I got an ace up my sleeve, if it were. I've got a B of A from UBC up my sleeve. So
That's a lot of letters.
I win. That is a lot of letters. If I had gone just slightly further, I could have got a BS, which is what that degree is.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah, right? This is just a stupid episode. I don't know if we're making any point. So real quick,
do we always have to make a point? I don't think
no,
we have to.
we don't at all.
No.
But I do want to mention my new promotional idea to you guys before I move on to the last thing I had for tonight, which is it's a doozy. New promotional idea starting now, and there's no deadline on this. It isn't really a contest per se. It's just, Gord and I have for the last year been trying to plan this road trip, and it keeps getting changed, and we keep adding cities to it, and we keep subtracting cities to it, and then I keep not being able to do it. So I've decided to simplify everything for everybody. We can't decide what's right for us. You guys decide. Do you want Eric and Gord to come to your town and do What If We're Right in your town? Hey, Ashburn, I'm talking directly to you right now. You know this, right?
You're fucking right, boys. We're calling you out.
Send us an email. Get us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, my phone, all the 200 different ways you can reach us. Just Google Eric and Gord and yell at your computer. It'll get the message to us, I promise.
And you can actually do that nowadays, and it'll actually do something.
Yeah, you can. Isn't that nuts? And what we're going to do, we're going to come to your town. Now, we're on a budget, people, so we need somewhere to podcast from, and we're probably going to need somewhere to stay. And that's where the fun comes in. Eric and Gord are going to podcast live from your house. And here's the best part. You get to co-host the podcast while Gord makes us dinner.
That's right.
So send us an email. Tell us why we should pick your town to come to. And tell us your address. We're going to show up. You and I are going to podcast while Gord makes us a dinner of your choice. Does that not sound like a hell of a deal? And you get to hang out with me and Gord for the night. Gord's going to cook us dinner. And you get to show off your podcasting skills next to yours truly. So send us those emails, whatever. Get in touch with us. Tell us why we should come to your town. It's Eric and Gord. What if we're right where you live?
Such a great one.
You like that? Eric and Gord, really what if we're right where you live? That'd be kind of cool if we just show up in your driveway. If you're mad at your parents or something, have us come do a podcast from your basement.
Right during Christmas dinner, we'll do it.
We will be a Christmas delight.
Absolutely.
If you go back and listen to our Christmas episode from last year, it's actually quite pleasant. And this year we'll outdo ourselves by far.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of which, Gord, did you hear the rule? The new, it's an official rule. It's actually a law now.
What's that?
If anyone in your neighborhood is caught hanging Christmas decorations before Halloween, you're legally allowed to murder them and use their corpse in your Halloween decoration.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is.
I am good for that.
That's a new law. If your Christmas decorations are up before Halloween, we get to kill you and use you in our Halloween decorations.
I really like that. I might just put up my neighbor's
lights. Right? And this is why Gord's not a cop.
That's right. There's a lot of reasons why I'm not a cop.
So that's it. Get those emails in. We want to start coming out. I want to spend Thanksgiving somewhere, Ashburn. I'm not going to say where I really want to spend Thanksgiving, Ashburn, but I would love to, maybe somewhere south.
Maybe like Ashburn area.
Oh, that's a good idea, Gord. Yeah.
That's not bad, right?
I like that. Sure, why not? Ashburn sounds good. And we're Canadians, so we can do 2 Thanksgivings. We could do one up here, and then we could go down for theirs. That's the best deal. 2 Thanksgivings. Because Thanksgiving is my Super Bowl, man. I love Thanksgiving. That's the only holiday I give a crap about.
I don't care about any of them.
If we did Thanksgiving, I think Thanksgiving should be every Sunday. I really do.
Sadly enough, and this is messed up.
But I mean, spend Thanksgiving the real traditional way. Like, have everyone in your neighborhood over, have a great, fantastic meal, then kill all the natives and go to bed.
That's terribly funny. See, I'm a true romantic at heart. When I'm really happy in a relationship, which if you look at my track record isn't very much, but when I am, my romantic side comes out in fucking spades, and I love to go way above overboard when I get the chance. So technically, when I have the time and the money, Valentine's Day, yeah, it's a big fucking day for me. I love to go all out for that. I will take that shit right to heart.
See, I don't. I'm fully of the Valentine's Day shouldn't be a day mindset. That Valentine's Day can be every day if you do it right.
Well, I agree, but I mean, I do agree fully. I just think that I like to have the excuse to be able to have that one day where it's expected and then blow their fucking mind.
I just, if I could ever just find a girl and we could stay together until the end of our lease, that would be neat.
Actually, when we get off the air, Eric, I actually have something I need to run by you. Speaking of this very topic.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I like Valentine's Day too, but Thanksgiving is my fucking deal. I love Thanksgiving. I used to do the big dinner for all my friends when we were young and I still had a place and stuff. So I want to do two this year. I want to do a Canadian Thanksgiving. I want to do an American Thanksgiving. And I would love to do it with someone named Eric Hunt in Ashburn, Virginia. There's 12 of you guys. One of you can drop me an email. Come on. It's your name. That's all you have to do. Type in your name and say hi to me. Moving on. The last thing, that this is just so fucking amazing that this is the stuff that's getting swept under the rug right now. Our Canadian special consul to Syria,
Yeah.
This is the guy who's going to decide a lot of decisions about the relationship between our two countries. Is a very unapologetic sympathizer of Bashir al-Assad, the man that we overthrew in Syria.
Oh.
And the man we were rescuing all these Syrian refugees from. This guy is a massive supporter of him. He's been appointed the special consul to Syria, and there's nothing we can really do about it now. He got the job. Is Wasim, I'm probably not doing this right, Ramili?
Sure.
He calls the White Helmets, the White Helmets, the Canadian peacekeeper troops.
Yeah.
He refers to them as terrorists.
Oh, boy.
Says that we're all linked to Al-Qaeda, and that's why we brought down Bashar al-Assad. And this is our special consul to Syria, so I see good things happening between our two countries.
Oh, absolutely.
What the fuck? Who?
We're worried about blackface Trudeau from 20 years ago, but this is the guy about to be our fucking...
Like, this is all those Syrian refugees that we brought in to save them from this guy, and then we name his best friend our special counsel to Syria. How do you think those refugees get treated tomorrow? You idiots. Thank God we didn't keep track of where any of them were staying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the hell? How does this shit go under the radar? And blackface from 20 years ago, like, at the same time Ted Danson was doing it, nobody gave a shit. Just little 20-year-old Justin Trudeau does it, and this has to be 3 weeks worth of fucking news. Meanwhile, we're just letting Alfalfa and the Rascals run the goddamn country.
I don't know, but there's, speaking of the Syrian refugees, though, Eric, I don't know if you've heard this or not, but there's a girl that was sexually assaulted by two Syrian refugees.
I didn't hear about that.
Did you hear about this?
Very, very peripherally, but
okay. This is a shock. Like even this took my fucking breath away. I'm like, wow, this has actually happened. So the girl literally comes forward and everything was like done right. She like when it happened, she said no. She put them away. The guy fucking grabbed her tits. She said no again and pushed the guy away. And the other guy grabs her and shoves his hand down her pants and fondles her fucking coochie. And she runs away. She's screaming. She's crying. She immediately goes to an authority. Um, the cops were called. Everything was done as it quote unquote should be done in the sense of if you've been a victim of one of these crimes, right?
Great.
The judge, or sorry, not the judge, but the fuck was it? Was it? I guess it was like the local authority, I guess, had turned around and had said to the girl's parents and the girl, they said, well, look, this is a cultural thing. They see this girl not dressed the way they're used to seeing women, and they see her as a whore, so that's how they treat her because that's how they were raised. So you should just not drop, you should drop all the charges because these guys are just acting in accordance to how things are back home.
Yeah, see, there's always that fucking guy or that judge or that, and and that's the same guy who calls out this 16-year-old speaking to the UN saying she's just a little girl, she doesn't know what she's talking about. That's the same guy that goes, oh, you're dressed like a whore, you deserve to be raped. Like, these guys always want it both fucking ways. And fuck you, Apple. But that's a perfect. I take his point and I go, great. That's a perfect opportunity for these guys to realize how women are supposed to be treated in the civilized world, and fucking punish them hard so that the next two get the fucking message. This isn't the girl wore a miniskirt. God damn it! This is the same reason I'm not allowed to tell a girl she's pretty anymore. I get put in the same category as Bill Cosby because of these fucking judges and meatheads who make these decisions. No, if two guys touch a girl inappropriately, that's a perfect chance to punish them. Show them that shit doesn't fly outside of their fucking ass backwards, dirt poor country. It's not.
You're out of that country for a reason.
Yes. I'm sorry. You came here for our safety and for our security and to get away from that kind of fucking behavior. You don't get to bring it with you. Sorry, you gotta check that shit at the border, and if you try to pull it, you should be punished. I'd say even harder. If not punished, then you're just shipped on the next fucking plane back.
Yep.
And it's not a commercial plane. Any plane that's fucking heading in that direction, you're on it. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Especially the ones that don't have the fuel to make it all the way.
If you don't get it, or if you can't adapt to that notion, then you don't belong here. I'm sorry. You didn't.
I'm not.
You don't
fuck
make
you.
the cut. Let's put Wally Buono in charge of fucking immigration. You either make the team or you don't. And he would be fucking unapologetic about it, and it would be brilliant. If you can't figure out the rules, then get the fuck off the team. You don't belong here. You go back to where you came from. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry
really
anymore because I'm sick of these stories coming forward.
I know. What really pissed me off about this, though, is that the guys who did it, I'm like 99.9% sure this is one of the things. They were the children of the Syrian refugees.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which means that these are the younger guys who have been in this country for the last, 2 to 3 years.
Sure.
At this stage of the game, you've basically assimilated. You as a teenager, because they were like 17. As a teenager, you've now learned. You've been around in schools. You know better than this.
Yes.
You do.
And I have a friend who pulls that card. Now, he went to high school with me. He talks like you. He's not born here, but educated through the Canadian school system. But as soon as he gets pulled over by a cop, he doesn't know a fucking word of English. And he gets away with so much shit because he's just this poor, lowly immigrant. No, fuck you. You've been here since you were 9.
Yeah, fuck you.
I wish I could play that kind of a card. I can't. But I know a lot of them. Like you're saying, these kids, these are young guys. They know the rules. They're hip to the rules. They know the basic. I've seen the citizenship test. You got to know the basic, rape's bad here.
Yeah.
That's why can't we just put it into terms like that if it's this fucking difficult for them to figure out? Let me and Gord put out a little information bundle for new immigrants.
Absolutely.
Don't fuck kids. Rape is bad. Get a job. Like, how hard is that? If you can't figure out those 3-word sentences, you don't get to be here, and you don't get to bring the rest of your family here, and you go back to fucking Kirplakistan or wherever the fuck.
Yep, I am all for that.
I am so open to immigration. We only use a tenth of our country. We got tons of room. Come on over. But if you don't make the grade, you go back. That's it. It's that simple. I'm not fucking coddling criminals. I don't get it.
No, there's no reason for it. None
I can't
at
even
all.
tell a girl she's pretty without getting fucking chat. Oh, you can't say that. What are you doing? Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
These guys can jam their hands down their pants and go, "Oh, so sorry," and they get away with it.
Don't even say I'm sorry. They literally would just go, "That's not how we do it in my country."
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, good.
Sorry.
Then go to your country.
Yeah.
We're the only. If we went to their country and did this shit, they'd cut our fucking hands off.
Yep.
That's why they're here. Stop treating them like infants. They're not. They were smart enough to fucking save their money and get on a plane and come here. They're smart enough to get their whole family over here and fill out the papers so they get pensions without ever working a day in their life. They're smart enough to figure out the goddamn law too. Stop pretending you're not.
They know the law very, very well, and they use the bullshit open prejudice as their advantage, and we allow it, and it's wrong.
Well, it's making me prejudiced. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made me do things like say Merry Christmas very blatantly to everyone at Christmas time. Merry Christmas. Don't you mean Happy Holidays? No, I fucking don't.
That's something that's... Here's the thing about that. The Happy Holidays thing, that's the thing that was strictly done for businesses. That wasn't meant for people. It never was. And it was never enforced, and it was never told to people. It was about for businesses. Businesses did it specifically because they didn't want to alienate other nationalities from shopping in their stores during that holiday season.
And that's fine by me. I have no problem.
Which makes perfect sense. It makes absolute perfect sense. If I'm a Jew and I'm walking around, it would, to always look around and always only see the Christmas decorations all the time, eventually that would get a little frustrating and annoying.
Sure.
I get it. Why not? But I have never once, and you gotta remember, guys, I've worked fucking customer service. I have never once had a person say anything to me regarding anything remotely close to being offended by me saying Merry fucking Christmas.
Right.
It's never happened. And it never will happen because nobody cares. It's like it's like we're back on the fucking the whole fucking I identify as a fucking tree thing. Like nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. No, it's funny. They tried to make a big deal out of it because a couple years ago, TransLink threw in the towel. They said, you know what, fuck it. We're putting Merry Christmas on our buses. Buses are going to say Merry Christmas. You can deal with it. If you don't like it, don't ride our buses. And it was the first good decision I ever heard come out of TransLink's mouth, and I was really happy. But the news was just standing at every bus stop, every news channel, trying to get someone's horrified opinion.
And they couldn't get it.
The only people who gave a crap were the fucking Whole Foods shoppers. White women in cars they don't belong in driving, who feel the need to make us apologize for being white. Nobody of any ethnicity gave a crap. In fact, most of them were really enjoying Christmas. For some of them, it was their first Christmas, and they were loving it.
Yeah.
Well, we've got plenty of time after Halloween to bitch about Christmas, but in the meantime, no more giving criminals a free pass. Because we think they're ignorant of the law. They're not. They know the law. Jesus Christ. Most of them have degrees that we just don't honor their degrees here, and we make them drive cabs when they're all fucking engineers and lawyers and shit.
Yeah.
They're smart people. They're not dumb, and they're not ignorant. Stop letting them get away with shit.
That's right. If I ever see that shit get pulled around me, motherfucker, you better bet I will be all fucking over that shit. I
And
will
you know how
fucking make you
quickly they'll
rule the
try to
fucking
punish
world.
you to the full extent of the law for defending that person?
Yeah. Go ahead. Defend me while my fist is framed halfway down your fucking throat. See how well you did.
It's just retarded.
You know, I had an incident when I was living in BC. I was walking down the fucking street coming home from work one night, and there was I'm gonna call out the fucking race. It was an East Indian dude pushing his fucking wife. He's a big, tall, lanky fucking dude in his traditional fucking outfit, and he was slapping his fucking wife up the fucking head, pushing her, punching her. And I walked by, my headphones on. I looked up and I just sort of saw it. So I walked across the street. I got right in his face and said, "Hit me." You know, I said, "You heard me. Lay your fucking hand on her one more time." I said, "I'm going to beat your fucking ass to the ground. Do it again. I fucking dare you. Do it again." And I just stared at him. I said, "You're a," and I just called him out. "You're a fucking coward. You're a fucking," I mean, you use the terms that will get to these people. You know, you call them the faggot, you call them this, you call them that, because those are the words that are going to get under their skin. Any man that hits a woman obviously is into guys, and you're truly gay. That's just the truth. And I just run over this guy, and I laid into as heavy as I could, and I kept my eye out. Anytime I was walking around, if I saw anybody in the outfit walk by, I'm like, "Is that him? All right, no, it's not him. All right, I'll be cool with him." But I mean, anytime I see that type of shit, it drives me up the fucking wall. You come out of your fucking shithole country to come here to make a better life. You're going to bring that type of value bullshit with it? You're going to exploit our fucking country just so you can get away with shit? No. Fuck you.
I think we have an obligation to educate in that manner. I really do.
Absolutely.
If the proper authorities aren't going to step in, then it's up to us as citizens to educate people.
I agree.
I'm not inciting violence by any means.
I
I'm
might
just saying, educate. Send a message.
Just make sure the message is clear. That's all.
And the message we're sending to the world is that our corrupt ass fucking high school preppy boy teacher, fired high school teacher of a prime minister, will let people. He's the image of Canada to the world, you know?
Yep.
That's why they're coming here and thinking they can treat us all like shit. Look who our big representative is.
Yeah.
And God forbid Andrew Scheer is going to be even worse, because he's like Trudeau, just on fucking PCP.
On PC.
On PC, yeah. Like, what? How did these two fucking get nominated? Well, I know Trudeau, because, you know, it's his birthright, but everyone else who's running in this election, like, my God, I swear to God, just vote Jagmeet. Really, if you have to vote Jagmeet. Because I explained that on the last episode. Jagmeet.
I don't care.
Jagmeet has my full support now, because I just want to see Donald Trump having to deal with that for 4 years. Just Prime Minister Jagmeet Singh, and Trump, he's going to be like, oh, he won't have a clue how to speak to him.
No, he won't. He'll do his best to just to crack a bunch of off-colored jokes and think it'll be funny, and it'll be epic.
It's going to be hilarious.
Oh my God.
But just, I don't even get it. I'm almost exhausted on the subject. Really, we have no leadership, and it's I haven't been able to speak to anyone from outside of the country about how we really look, because thank God Donald Trump is still taking most of the heat off of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
I'm thankful. I am thankful that Canada is not international news for the most part.
Yeah, right now, absolutely, because we don't have a leader. Whoever wins this next election, I would rather a Kinder Surprise were running. I'd vote for that.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the Tory and the Kinder Surprise is, has more credibility, in my opinion, than any of these people, and it extends beyond just the leaders of these parties. Go dig deeper and look into your local MPs. Now, you're lucky you've got a good one in your neck of the woods. I don't even know who mine is in this neighborhood. I know during the last election I had Terry Beach as my Liberal candidate, and he's a meathead. He didn't give a crap about North Van. That's a fundamental flaw in the riding system. His riding was North Burnaby, Seymour. So he had the whole fucking inlet in the middle of his riding. You think he ever came to North Van to see what we were up to? No, he didn't give a shit.
No, he didn't care.
All of his attention. We need someone to commit, and I haven't heard it brought up yet, but commit to the fucking election reform that Trudeau promised would be his first thing he'd change. And change the system so we can get these meatheads out and start getting some decent quality candidates running.
I think the reason why Trudeau didn't change it is because he won. And he realized, since I won, we got to leave it. Because then I'll win the next time.
Well,
if I do a reform, then that means everything's going to change and I won't get the same votes again. So can't have that.
Conservatives are pulling ahead real fast because of this goddamn blackface thing.
Yep.
I don't know. It's still anybody's guess. I'm still a liberal minority is still my prediction. Come October, but we'll see. Either way, we're fucked, and we're gonna be back at the polls. If we have a minority, we're back at the polls in 2 years, tops. So
I just have no faith whatsoever.
Gotta figure something different out and get. I don't want in 2 years from now it to be the same four meatheads running against each other. If Trudeau loses this year, he's got to be out. They need a new leader, and the Conservative Party has to just give their heads a shake and fucking give Rona Ambrose the job like they should have in the first place.
That's asking too much.
She would have been a great prime minister. I would wholeheartedly vote Conservative had they put Rona Ambrose up in the last election or this one.
Yeah, but instead they chose Scheer for some fucking stupid reason.
I don't know, but he's sure.
Scheer is a bad choice.
The conspiracy theorist in me wants to bring up the point that he really does seem to be in bed with Jason Kenney and Doug Ford, and it does seem like some kind of insiders club's trying to spread across the country. Now, I don't think Canada's smart enough to have those kind of conspiracies, but if you wanted to buy into it, it's the evidence is there. You could make a strong case for these meatheads who think it's something like that going on. So it's something to keep your eyes on.
Fuck's sakes.
I
hate this fucking country right now.
I kind of do too. Although, I'm hating America even more, but only because all the freaks and retards are starting to really look like they have a point. I'll send you this package I have, and we'll maybe talk about it the next podcast. But the 50 or so people that have died that have all had dirt on one or both of the Clintons.
Yeah,
and then they just get shot. One guy was shot in the chest twice, and it was ruled a suicide. 2 different caliber bullets.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like, maybe they're not so crazy.
No, I know.
Or just our lack of leadership has made me crazy enough to start looking at this shit from a different angle. I don't know.
Just nothing surprises me anymore. Truly nothing surprises me anymore. Just because, like I said, ever since Trump actually openly stated I could walk down the city of New York right in the middle of the street and shoot somebody in the fucking head and nobody would charge me. Once he did that and still got elected, that was it.
Well,
that just proves the point.
He's probably right. And you know what? I would love to see him get impeached. Nixon must be rolling in his fucking grave because he did so less than what these guys do. What's just acceptable behavior now, as opposed to what he got impeached for.
He did for him it was just one thing.
Yeah.
Really. One thing. And Trump's done how many?
Too many.
Yeah.
But his one thing isn't that bad.
Yeah.
His one thing compared to like what anything Trump does on any given day after waking up in the morning. Fuck. Who cares?
I would just like to know what it is that he does when he's sleeping. I mean, like, that's pretty half terrifying on its own accord.
No kidding. Stay tuned to podcast, kids, because pretty soon the world's gonna go to shit, and we're not gonna have them anymore.
Yeah, they'll be banned soon.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, we'll be fucked.
what would happen there? There's that brand
We'll
new
have to get.
Office one that I really want to hear about. It's got the cast of The Office doing a podcast about The Office. Really, guys, get the fuck over it. My
Oh,
God.
fuck.
But in the meantime, me and Gord are gonna say goodnight because it's late and I'm tired and I hate everybody right now.
Agreed.
So as soon as we sign off, I want you to go and listen to Kirsten Spencer, Sleeping on the Job. It's comic relief for photographers. I
Oh,
I don't know that photographers need comic relief.
I thought they were already a running joke.
And this is what I wanted to bring up real quick before we say goodnight. And thank you guys so much for sending in your stuff. I will do it justice, I promise. It's the one. It's called the Dead Ladies Show, I believe it's called.
What is that about?
It is just about history. It's women in history, and the tagline is because women's history is everyone's history. And I thought, well, if that's true, we should probably work on changing that word.
Because if they called it, I'm surprised they're still calling it. They're calling it herstory.
Right? But I don't think she liked that.
No, probably not.
But it's probably cool. I like hearing about stuff like that. Historical stuff, and I don't read history books. I find them horrible to read. So history podcasts are where it's at for me because I'll listen to them for sure.
Oh, I agree fully. That's the best way to get like all my history is from not books.
There's another one I wanted just before we say goodnight because she was very funny. Her name is Barbara Frank, and she's got a business podcast that I can't find here. Oh, it will be on this page because it was one of the first ones I got. And I asked her, like, oh, Bonnie Frank, Business Fabulous. Easy proven strategies for the busy entrepreneur to boost their online visibility, grow their social media, and pinpoint their marketing. And I said, Bonnie Frank, let's be honest. How many times do you walk into a boardroom and slam your hands down and go, can I be frank? And she laughed, and I thought that was good. I wasn't sure if she's gonna laugh at all, but why wouldn't you use that like every meeting?
Yeah, absolutely.
So people win with their names. Eric Cunt doesn't, but some people just born on third think they got a triple. That's it, kids. I am going to bed because I'm mad at all of you. And like Gord said, the rest of the world isn't watching, so let's fucking figure this shit out before they are.
Yeah, because if they start paying attention, we are fucked.
Hopefully they all subscribe. I heard a great thing that when asked about Canada once, Al Capone said, I don't even know what street Canada's on. Perfect. That's
perfect.
We're going to be back in roughly 23 hours to do this again for you. Until then, take care of each other.
Fuck off.
Eric&Gord, What If We're Right, is a production of the Champion Tree Entertainment Company. Copyright 2019. Unauthorized reproduction is encouraged.
Yeah, I've caught some about it, but I haven't followed it
I'll send you
very exclusively.
I'll send you the thread I got. It's got like 36 pictures, all with information actually on pictures of the guys. And it's just weird, like Secret Service agents that overheard conversations and then just turned up dead.
Jesus Christ.
And it links Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell.
Oh, really?
Both who had no indication of suicide whatsoever, but they did have evidence of the Epstein thing,
Yes,
and
that's right.
they were going to come forward with, like, together, the two of them, Bennington and Cornell, were coming
Yep,
forward with a big thing against all these pedophiles, and then they both
yep,
turn up dead in the exact same manner.
yeah,
A very suspicious suicide.
yeah. That would be the understatement.
And Chris Cornell was found hung with like a fucking rubber band. Like, it wasn't like he put a belt around his neck and did it in excess style. He just they it's like these guys choked him out and then just put whatever they found in the room around his neck.
Well, I know.
And Bennington had a suicide note that didn't match his handwriting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that's happened a couple of times. But just the number of guys who've like been shot in the back and it's determined suicide and stuff, it's like, what the fuck? Something's up with this Clinton guy.
Holy shit! I knew about that one guy who was shot by 2 different caliber bullets and it was labeled as suicide. Remember that
Yeah,
one?
shot in the chest. Who the fuck kills themselves by shooting themselves in the chest?
Nobody. Nobody. Ever. Ever.
And Clinton's the only one I've ever liked. So, damn it.
Oh, shit.
Anyway,
On a lighter note.
yes.
So, as I mentioned before, I'm a true romantic at heart.
You are.
So, I have a plan that I'm going to do for Anne. This is not going to happen anytime soon. I'm trying to figure out, I got to figure out when the best time to do it is. Got to be for some big event. But there's 3 songs that are very appropriate to mine and Anne's relationship.
Love in
that
an
I love.
elevator.
No. Pop that pussy. No. Ironically enough, all 3 are by, well, one's by the band Godsmack, and the other 2 are by the lead singer Sully Erna. They did on a solo album.
Wow.
They're just beautiful little, like all 3 of them, like little sort of like the typical little love songs.
Right.
But one of them is about how he was in a relationship with the person, now they're not, but they were going to get back together, and how he lives far away and basically just wants to be back with her.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful because that was very fitting while I was living in BC with her. Another one is basically him saying how much he loves his woman and he wants to make sure that he stays being her best friend along with being her lover, which is, again, is a very important thing for Anne and I, for both friendship is very important for us.
Right.
And there's another one which is just this beautiful thing. Again, it's about how you both went through horrible things and different lives and had these experienced these bad things, and you see the flaws in yourself and each other, but you're still able to make it work.
Sure.
So lyrically, all 3 of them are great. And when placed in the correct order, it literally tells the story of our relationship.
That's gay.
Now,
no, it's awesome.
Oh, I'm not done. You haven't heard gay yet. I got one of the songs. I got a couple of songs playing on my way home tonight. I'm just sort of singing along to it. And the other thing I love, by the way, is I can sing his vocal range.
Right.
So I can mimic his vocal lines. It's right along my vocal range, so it works really well.
Sorry, who is this again? I want to look him up.
Godsmack. Sully Erna is his name. I'll text you the 3 songs.
Sully Erna.
Yeah.
Cool. I got free iTunes. Fuck you up.
I love Godsmack. I love their music. They're really heavy and they write really good love songs, but I love their heavy shit. They're just a great band. So initially, my initial plan was I was gonna take the 3 songs, slightly rewrite them so that I can play guitar and sing at the same time, which I'm not good at. And I was gonna get her daughters to sing part of like the backing vocals for it.
Right.
And do a nice little romantic sort of dinner. But in the tradition of Gord, which can be very grandiose, my next idea was actually to get Ann's church choir involved.
Oh, for sure.
To get these almost professional singers to sing them, to do the other part of the vocals. Now, on my way home, I'm having these scenarios running through my head, and I've hit the apex of my final idea.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to get. I don't know if you've heard. I'm assuming you've heard of these guys. These two dudes called Two Cellos.
Yes, yeah, I do know that.
Okay. They did that cover of Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Right.
Right? Very highly skilled musicians. My idea is to hire them because two of the songs have cello playing in the background.
Right.
As part of the main part of the music. And I thought, well, if I could convince them, if not both, then one, but two would be awesome, to play the cello.
Yeah.
While I have somebody playing the whole guitar work for the whole thing, and then get the church choir involved. So my initial idea, hear me out, because one of the songs is great. It's basically just a guitar and a singer. Very simple. So I start off with that. I did the opening part. I opened the song with that one. I'm singing that. And then the choir comes out, kind of like nonchalant. They just sort of like appear out of wherever the fuck I'm going to pull this thing off. And they all they start singing along the backing vocal tracks for the whole rest of that song. And then the next song is when the two cellists come out with the choir, and we do the whole thing as a more bigger production idea.
Have you sent Sully an email and explained this?
Not yet. Not yet.
I'd shoot him an email and see how he can help. Don't ask him how he can help. Just tell him what you're doing and see what you maybe. I guarantee, like, if I had free time, I would want to come and help you with that.
The thing is that thought crossed my mind, but he's kind of the one guy I don't want to be a part of. Reason is because then I don't want to sing it anymore. I want him to sing it.
Oh, okay.
And it would mean more to Ann if I were to be the one to actually sing the lyric.
Right.
Right? So I think that would be really awesome to be able to do that. But if I could hire these or get these other people to come in and get involved, like she loves the two cellists, that'd be amazing. I know she loves because she sings in the choir, so to have them involved would be amazing. To get her daughters involved would be incredible as well.
I know any choir would jump at the chance to do something like that because choirs just love to actually have a purpose. Like generally, they just sing for themselves, and
that's my thought. Now here's the downfall of all this. Anne does not, and I cannot stress this enough, does not like surprises.
Okay.
At all. So in order for me to pull this off, I mean, it's it's got to go without a hitch. You know what I mean? Like,
get her church involved, and they'll lie through their teeth for this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I know that the church is the easy part. It's a matter of arranging because the more grandiose I'm thinking the idea, the only way it would be able to truly work to get away with it would be if we were to get married.
Oh yeah.
To pull that off at the wedding.
Right.
I could if you do this in our wedding situation, I could pull this off without a hitch, no problem.
Sure.
I guarantee I could arrange that. I would base the wedding date just to get the two cello guys to fucking make it there.
All right.
So
I'll buy a tux.
So I'm gonna have to see what I can arrange for this one. But yeah, so I'm gonna see if there's a time where I can get these guys. If I ever know the two cello guys are gonna be in Toronto. Hey, you guys gonna be in Toronto this day? Yeah. Can you have like an extra day here? Because here's my idea.
If they have a website, their schedule is probably on it.
Yeah, I'd have to assume so.
Most groups, even if they're not doing anything, they've got a schedule on their website.
And these guys are huge right now. Like, I mean, they're pretty big.
Oh,
so like, I know they have they got a website, they can book and everything. So yeah, that's my plan.
Well,
and it's all formulated because I've been thinking about this for a while. At least just having like with her daughters just be involved to have them sing for us. Those three girls singing together sounds amazing. It's a family of fucking singers, right? So they all sing.
Well,
but to be able to pull it off with everybody, oh my god, it'd be awesome.
I have a morning routine that I go through getting ready for the show, right? When I publish the episode, and then I kind of do the same sort of little thing. I'll look into them tomorrow morning and let you know what they're up to.
Okay.
I can work it into
Yeah.
my morning news briefing.
That would be just spectacular.
And I'll let you know, and I'll shoot you the Clinton thing too, so you can see it and go, "Oh my God, this is weird."
Yeah, send me that. So I'm gonna look over that one on probably on, I don't know. We'll have to see about Thursday. Probably Thursday night.
Yeah. Okay. Thursday. We're doing one tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and then
Yeah, I'm in tomorrow.
Thursday. Actually, I should be hitting Kelowna just right around the time you're getting home. So.
Yeah, I don't know about Thursday yet, just because I know, like I had the day off, but I'm gonna be working with Ann all day.
Right. Oh, right.
Helping her at 2 different clients' houses on that day.
Yeah,
So.
well, Thursday. I don't know about Friday. So we'll
Okay.
see. I might be tied up Friday, but I'm not 100% sure. So
Okay.
might be.
Yeah, because lately I've been staying over at her house on Friday night, so then Saturday morning we can get up and go to the farmers market.
Okay.
Which I enjoy because there's a guy there that sells that garlic stuff, and I'm just in love with it. So.
Right. So Friday night you're
Okay.
probably busy anyway.
I'm gonna go on the assumption so far. I don't know for sure yet,
Okay,
but I'll
good.
go on the assumption. So. Let's
I'm,
see how we'll do Friday night off.
I'm hoping. Yeah, Friday night off for sure then.
Okay.
I want it off too.
Okay, that'll work.
So we'll do Wednesday, Thursday's possible, and then Saturday.
Yeah, that'll work.
Love it.
Awesome.
Because yeah, I'm Thursday night I'm staying at my mom's, and then Friday night I'm in my hotel, so I can check in Friday at 11.
Okay, that'll work.
Christine's got the day off work, but she's not telling anybody.
Oh, okay.
So that she doesn't have to like do anything for anybody. She can just come hang out with me first thing.
Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome.
So we're basically just gonna meet at the hotel at 11 and probably not leave.
Perfect. That sounds like a perfect idea.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
It's gonna be nice. I haven't stayed in a hotel for years.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice to just have a decent shower and no roommates or anything for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're all looking at me right now, going, "Get off the phone, dick." So.
Fuck them.
You're still on speaker.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'll send you a text when I'm leaving work tomorrow night.
Sounds good. I'll be more prepared when you call this time.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too, brother. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, son.
Bye.